All right, guys, so I'm going to show you how to use the area formula to find the area of a trapezoid. Just to explain, a trapezoid is a shape with four sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, and at least two parallel sides. What does parallel mean? You look it up here where it says parallel lines. Notice how these two lines have the same distance the entire time and will never, ever touch. Parallel just means two lines that will never touch and keep the same distance the entire time, just like these examples right here. Non-parallel, you see down here, are two lines that at some point will meet. If these lines continue, they would meet at a certain point, which makes them non-parallel. Now that's important because in our equation, we have area equals base 1 plus base 2 times my height divided by 2. This is the area formula that you will use to calculate the area of a trapezoid. Now you're going to notice there's a difference. Now we have two bases. The bases are just your two parallel sides. Here are my two parallel sides. These two lines right here will never ever touch. So as long as you know that and you know their measurement, you'll be able to put this into your equation to figure out the area. Let's do an example real quick to see if you guys can follow along. All right, here's an example. Most problems are going to give you random information. They're going to try to throw you off. So it's important that we understand what our equation wants for us to find the area. For us to find the area, we need to be able to add the base of the first base plus the second base, multiply that times the height, then divide it by 2. Okay? Remember, our two bases are always going to be parallel to each other. So when we look at this, there are only two lines that are parallel to each other. It is this line right here and this line up here. These two lines at some point will meet, and this dotted line isn't actually a line in our shape. It's just telling us the measurement of if something was there. Okay? So for this example, to find the area, my base 1 is going to be my number in the bottom, my base at the bottom. It doesn't really matter what order because you're going to add them, but just for the sake of this work, it's going to be the number at the bottom. So it's going to be 8 centimeters plus the parallel line on top, which is 16 centimeters, times the height. Well, what is my height? We tend to like using these numbers on the side. These don't give me an accurate of how tall this shape is. Height is normally straight up and down, like this line right here. This is telling me that from the bottom of my shape to the top is 7 centimeters. A slanted line will never be height. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so my height here is actually 7 centimeters. That's why this line is here, to tell me how tall it is. So 7, I'm going to take all that work and divide it by 2. Once I have everything inputted, now I can actually do my math. I'm going to do my parentheses first, which means I'm going to add first. 8 plus 16 is 24. Multiply that by 7, then divide by 2. Okay, well, let's do that again. Now I got to multiply. What's 24 times 7? I'm going to do my math here on the side. 4 times 7 is 28. 2 over here. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 2 is 16. So I have 24 times 7 is 168. My last and final step is to divide by 2. I'm going to do it over here. 168 divided by 2. 2 can't go into 1, but 2 can go into 16 8 times. Subtract, you get 0. Bring down my 8. 2 can go into 8 4 times. 2 times 4 is 8. Subtract, get 0. So my area for this trapezoid is 84 square centimeters. That's how it works. This works for every trapezoid. Keep that in mind that we need to figure out first what is our two bases, what is our height before we can actually input our numbers and do the work. Don't let these other numbers fool you. Just look for your bases and look for your height and you should be just fine.